I never heard of half of these guys, and the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off then.
Good evening. Welcome back to another edition of That's Your First Mistake. I'm your host, David Benson. Join me today, the usual suspects, Commissioner John Zoller, Eric Williams, and we're joined by a special guest, two-time league champion, Sean Neopets Mapili. How's it going, Sean? What's up, buddy?
Doing good. How are you guys?
It's good to have you on. Here. How's it feel being the first guest of the pod? What's that? How's that feel?
It's exciting. Kind of nervous.
Exciting. I can see you seem super excited about it. Yeah, we're happy to have you.
Take a deep breath.
John, Eric, how's it going?
Going great.
Pretty good.
Chilling, having a tangerine LaCroix right now. It's good.
Okay, so week 2, we got a couple more weeks of this to go. What do they say? How many weeks does it take to make something a hobby? Something like that, isn't it? Like 7 weeks?
Over?
7 weeks and it becomes a habit, something like that.
I'm gonna go 3.
Okay, 3. Okay, so if we make it to week 3, then we're good.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got some good stuff planned. Basically, going to include a breakdown of all the week 1 action, as well as our look into the future with the 2 weeks. We got Sean joining us, so a new, fresh perspective. So it'll be good to go. But let's go ahead and jump right in the action. First thing I wanted to start off. What do you guys think? We got standouts and letdowns. So let's just go around the table here and talk about some week 1 standouts, things that stood out to you, players, teams, fantasy teams, and then some letdowns. John, we'll start with you, man.
Letdowns was Chris Godwin and James Conner and Le'Veon Bell all getting hurt.
So it sounds like your team. Your team was a letdown?
Yeah, that's a pretty good summary. Things went pretty well in some aspects, but those injuries really killed me. And then Tom Brady decided he purposefully wanted to throw the game, and, that happens.
You hate that out of GQ. How about you, Eric? What do you got?
Kind of a weird one since most people don't expect them to do a whole lot this year anyways, but the Browns kind of surprised me with how shitty their offense looked. OBJ got targets, but I think he only had a handful of catches for like 20-something yards. Landry only had like 50 or 60. The whole offense just didn't really do anything.
Yeah, that was tough. The game flow didn't help the offense at all. Chubb has been he looked like crap. Kareem Hunt not able to use any of the weapons, but yeah, that was pretty crazy seeing OBJ with 22 yards or something like that. You got any standouts?
Is that for me or Eric?
Eric, you only did a letdown. You got any standouts?
Standouts. I thought you said Sean. My bad. Standouts. I mean, obviously, fucking KC looked good again. Ravens played really well. That's about it. Seahawks actually did look really well as well, which I was kind of expecting, but not necessarily straight out the gate. Russell looked really sharp.
You did call it, though. You did say, Russ, they were going to open it up. You did call that. So that was good. Yeah, good call on your part.
Good.
Sean, first thoughts, first appearance. What do you got? What were some standouts and some letdowns?
Letdowns, everyone on Tampa Bay. You would think Tom Brady coming in, especially with Gronk coming back with him, you would think they'd have like a little bit more connection than they have been. But I think it was just like one catch, like not even that far, maybe like 10 yards.
Yeah, it was rough.
Didn't have a catch until the 4th quarter.
Right.
That was great.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was one for 2 yards and a touchdown, right?
Who's got Evans? Brosnan?
Where is?
I have Evans. Yeah,
and then you have Godwin, yeah, right, John?
Yeah, I know, and he got a concussion. It fucking sucks. I don't even have another wide receiver.
Dang, let's make some trades.
I'm done.
Okay, but that whole offense, terrible. I don't even know what to do with it going forward. And Nick Chubb. Oh man, you would think he would do a lot better, right? But it looks like Kareem Hunt's like taking a lot of his workload.
I was gonna say, Kareem Hunt had like 10 carries, something like that, right?
Yeah, I think he had maybe a couple more carries than Chubb did.
You thought Nick Chubb was going to be good, Sean? You don't deserve those titles.
Man, dude, just wait.
That was a
No, but
foolish
yeah, I'm not really
decision.
feeling him now.
How did you win championships?
No,
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say my week one standouts had to be the Packers offense. Not because of the lack of firepower, because it's your Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, Aaron Rodgers, but I just feel like that team kind of went under the radar. Everybody's talking about the Cowboys and the Saints, right? And they're just kind of disregarding. I had a note here. Rodgers' average draft position in fantasy was 80th overall and the 12th quarterback taken. I mean, the numbers that he put up in a 43 route, like, that's crazy to me. Like, they put up 43 points. It's like, I don't know if it's Aaron Rodgers, MVP Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know. To go 12th ranked quarterback into the draft and to just put up week one, I think, yeah, Aaron Jones was the 14th running back average draft rank. And then, nobody really talking about that offense outside of valuing Devontae Adams, and Devontae Adams had himself a day. We're not a PPR league, but in PPR leagues, it was like 43 points or something like that. Just something absurd. 14 catches on like 18 targets or something. Just unreal.
Yeah, there's definitely some vintage Aaron Rodgers, that's for sure.
Yeah, and like some of the throws on the run just didn't look like he slowed down at all. So I don't know, just surprising that he's not. They're kind of went under the radar going into week one. I guess not having a preseason kind of helped with that. Teams not getting to see kind of what they were looking like, but similar to my standouts as my letdowns. Obviously, the Bucs didn't look themselves with all their weapons. I was expecting more. Same with the Browns, but the Saints offense kind of caught me off guard. Obviously, Michael Thomas going down with injury. We'll see how that works. Seems like it's a high ankle sprain. He was talking, I think he was like seen on the sideline or something like that, like not wanting attention from the training staff, and they were trying to like look at the ankle, and he was saying it wasn't that bad, and then it was confirmed a high ankle sprain. So kind of see how that goes. But let's see, John, you can speak to Kamara a little bit, but I mean, if I'm a Kamara owner right now, 12 carries for 16 yards. I mean, luckily he found the end zone twice, but I mean, I'm not too happy about that. I mean, granted, it'd be nice, it's nice to find the end zone twice, but I don't know, 12 carries, 16 yards from your number one pick, the third ranked running back in the league. Like, that's kind of, I don't know. I feel like you fall down, you're going to have more yards than that.
I'm not concerned. I have no concerns about Kamara.
And then,
That's right.
and then just the workload he's going to have now that Thomas is out potential multiple weeks. You got to think they're going to rely on Kamara to do a little bit more. And then I think Breeze had like 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, I don't know, only 14 fantasy points, something like that. I don't know. That was just kind of a letdown for me. I'm expecting a little bit more out of a team that is predicted to potentially win the NFC. So I don't know. That's just my initial thought.
Yeah, the whole game was pretty sloppy to start out with, at least for the offenses.
Well, which is crazy to me when you got teams that are run by Drew Brees and Tom Brady, 2 of the best to ever play. You don't think that it would be that sloppy. I mean, I'm not expecting a 50-40 game, but I don't know. I don't know how Evans doesn't get a catch until the 4th. Gronk only has like 3 targets.
I don't know. I thought that Brady was going to struggle out the gate, but
Really?
I'm sure they're going to turn it around.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, it is new coach, Arians, all that stuff. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, that was kind of the first.
All right. So what's the first matchup we're going to be looking at?
So yeah, looking at week 2 matchups. So purpose of this, we're going to kind of review what happened week 1 for each team within the matchup, and then we're going to jump right into the matchup. So Sean and John, you guys have the luxury of starting this thing off. First matchup, we got Eric 0-1 and David 0-1. So tough start for both teams, but go ahead and Eric, you can speak to my team from the preview if you want, or the review, and then Sean and John, can talk both. So feel free to jump right in. So if any of you guys want to talk about Eric week 1 or my week 1, go ahead.
Talk about week 1.
I don't know about week 1, but I'm looking at the current matchup right now, and it's going to be close. I think both of you have pretty weak teams, so it's going to be interesting to see who's weaker, really. Ezekiel Elliott's nice. I don't know what you're thinking starting Matt Ryan, David. I mean, that's just a rookie mistake.
Tell me what Matt Ryan did week 1 versus a pretty good Seahawks defense.
He lost.
I saw 450 yards and
Like
3
you did.
touchdowns.
Numbers don't matter.
You're right. Numbers don't matter in fantasy football. You're right.
Okay, let me think about my pick. Sean, what do you make of this matchup?
All right, let me see here. Oh, Eric got this easy.
Wow.
Oh,
Derek,
easy, huh?
No, I'll take David. Easily.
Yeah, no, Derek Henry's gonna keep getting those carries. I feel like he's gonna break through next week for sure.
Eric's
Kenyon
wide
Drake.
receivers are straight out of 2016.
No, man, Mike Evans, you can't.
So are David's though.
But yeah, I really like Kenyon Drake too. I feel like DeAndre Hopkins kind of opens up the offense a lot more. I
Did
feel
you
like he'll get a lot more opportunities,
splitting
dude. That
carries
guy was
with Chris
crazy.
Edmonds? Are you kidding me?
Oh man, dude.
Kenyon Drake?
Yeah, bro.
God.
All right, I'll
He
take
almost split
David.
50-50 with Chris Edmonds. Chris Edmonds sounds like a name I just made up.
Who you got, Sean? Who's your official pick? Is it Eric?
I like Eric. Yeah,
All right.
I feel like the running back's gonna take over this week.
David, you picking yourself?
You don't pick your own matchup, John.
Yeah, come on, pick yourself.
No, that's not how it works.
Well, I'm picking my own matchup, so I guess I'm just gonna have more wins than you and the pick 'em at the end of the year.
That's doubtful the way your team's looking, John.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so yeah, we got our picks. You guys all picked, or I guess Sean and John.
Eric, you
Okay.
gonna pick yourself?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Moving to the next matchup, we got Steven and Brosna both sitting at 1-0. I can start off. We'll start with Steven's team. So obviously had a huge week, dropping an impressive 134 points, put up the season or the league high in week 1. And just like I predicted last week, John, Jackson, CMC, and Chris Carson are capable of putting up 60 points combined every single week. Guess how many points they put up last week, John? 71. 71 points between 3 people.
That's it.
You have an average team after that, you're going to score over 105 every week. So I'm going to come out and say it. I think Steven has the most dangerous team in the league with that threesome. Every week, he's just going to get tons of touches and opportunities between those 3. I mean, like we talked about, like Eric mentioned last week, you got 2 potential MVP candidates on the same team. Sprinkle in a couple of random decent guys that find the end zone every once in a while. I mean, it's going to take 120 points plus to have a chance of beating Steven every week. I mean, that's plain and simple.
Sure. And that being said, David Johnson looked really good last week as well. That's probably going to be huge for him going forward, especially later on in the year when the bye weeks start, because he really doesn't have much of a bench. But at the end of the day, as long as you make the playoffs, your bench doesn't really come into play too often, as long as you stay healthy.
Right.
So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see. He definitely has the most interesting team going forward, with definitely the most potential.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you guys think? You got anything on Steven's team?
I'll take Steven's team.
Yeah,
That's all we
Steven's
get?
team look pretty good. I like the Seahawks, but
Never count out Grosno when he's a heavy underdog, though.
Yeah,
that's
it'll
true.
be interesting to see if Saquon bounces back. Like, he got some yards through the air, but obviously the rushing game was pretty shitty for the Giants last week.
Yeah, it was rough.
So,
but yeah, I wrote had some notes for Brosna. Obviously, the Barkley, he had a catch with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter to pull ahead, beat Hurrender. So he needed every second of every carry of every catch to get that. Plus, his Seahawks players kind of came up big. Obviously, Russell throwing for as many touchdowns and DK being on the receiving side of one of those touchdowns or whatever. And then the defense, he put those 3 combined put up 50 points. So I think it's safe to say if the Seahawks are having a good day, there's a pretty good chance that Brosnan is going to be up there scoring some points. But I just don't know if that's something that's going to be possible week in and week out. Plus, I don't know how I feel about the Cam Akers situation. Just with if he's starting, yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
he can be splitting carries.
Yeah, if that's going to be a split type situation or if he's going to be a third down guy, I don't know. It's early, obviously. There's a chance, but Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. I think I saw he added Dallas Goedert though. So if Gronk doesn't really pan out, he's got Gronk in the starting lineup, but Dallas Goedert, I think he's got the most touchdowns or tied for most touchdowns since the start of last year for tight ends. So that's pretty big if he's able to kind of be what Carson Wentz seems to like to throw to. But I don't think in terms of this matchup, I don't see this boding well for Brosna. I just don't know if it's possible to. Now that top 4 on Steven's team is just, if David Johnson can play like he did this last week, I just don't know. I don't think he has any chance of matching those top 4 with his top 4. So I like Steven in that matchup.
Yeah. The only thing with Brosnan, I mean, Russell's going to get his points week in, week out. Saquon's probably going to have a bounce back week. Hopkins had a huge week last week, and he didn't even find the end zone. So, I mean, he's still capable of putting up 20 plus. Obviously, you think Gronk's going to get more involved with the passing game. Maybe as the year goes on, at least. I'm not too sure about this week, but going forward, I mean, I really don't dislike Brosnan's team at all. Aside from the Akers, like, he's just not very deep at running back at all. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That being said, I am taking Steven this week as well.
Sean and John, what do you guys got?
Steven.
You got Steven? Okay. Sean, how about you?
Yeah, I'll go Steven too, just because of his top 4.
Yeah, it's wild.
Brosna's,
if David Johnson can pan out, that his team is going to be absurd. But okay. Next, Eric, you and I are going to do a bulk of the talking on this one. We got John versus Sean. So John sitting at 0-1, tough loss. And then Sean 1-0 with a lucky win.
Predictable loss for John.
So Eric, what do you got? Go ahead. I'll let you start off.
Yeah, I mean, John didn't have a terrible week. Obviously, with Godwin going down, it's going to be tough moving forward. Malcolm Brown had a really good week last week, so that's kind of going to be a saving grace, assuming Kamara plays how he normally does. And I do expect Brady going forward to have better games than he did last week, even though he still scored 20. But, I mean, with that rushing touchdown, you can't really count on that any other time.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure why John doesn't have a kicker yet, but, do what you got to do.
Bold strategy, John. Yeah, I agree. A lot of those same points
last week.
Yeah. A lot of those same points. I agree. Huge waiver ad by John getting Malcolm Brown, just with the week he had. Not sure. We'll kind of have to wait and see if that's a one-hit wonder, or if he's going to split with Akers, or if he's going to for sure be the guy going forward. But that's a big get. Godwin being out could be a huge issue for John. I'm not sure. I can't see his bench on the screen, but I'm not sure what he's got to kind of band-aid that solution while Godwin is in the protocol. Hopefully he can bounce back pretty quick. The thing that sucks about concussions is that could be a one hit. He's out again. David Montgomery, I guess that could be a solid option to have push everybody down one. Cause I think, did he have Diggs in at the flex?
Yeah, Diggs.
Okay. And then, yeah, just the uncertainty, man. I'm telling you, Eric hit it dead on the nose last week. James Conner, man. I was super bummed. I thought he was going to come have a big bounce back year, be huge. I thought your 3-headed monster with him, Connor, and potentially Le'Veon Bell, if he was able to bounce back, could have been big. But yeah, it's gonna be tough if you have to go that 3 wide out with Stephon Diggs and Devontae Adams and fill in the blank. So
refresh that. Eric.
Huh?
Refresh the page.
And then, yeah, something that really that stuck out to me too was obviously Benny Snell coming in and just kind of dominating with his opportunity. 100 and some yards, I think it was, on I can't remember how many carries, but so yeah, that doesn't really bode well for Connor either. So if they try to bring him back, limit him early, Benny Snell getting a lot of the touches early. So we'll kind of see. Oh yeah, you got Benny Snell too. Okay. Crazy the commissioner got both Malcolm Brown and Benny Snell on the waiver wire. Crazy how that works.
I got Brown before the week.
Okay. Yeah. Crazy.
Here we go.
On the Sean's team, though, also like I noted last week when you said he had a 3-headed monster running back, I said, he pretty much only has one. Because I don't like Chubb as much this year. Mixon's kind of trash this year as well. And it's going to be interesting to see what Gurley does moving forward.
Sean has 0 running back.
I really liked how the Falcons, obviously, because we got to watch that game because it's on here. I actually liked how they used Gurley early. Obviously, the game flow kind of went away from the run, and they went straight to passing. Matty Ice Ryan throwing for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns. John having himself a day. Yeah, I was really expecting a lot more from Nick Chubb. That, like we talked about before, that was really a bummer seeing the Browns offense kind of tank like that. So I still like Chubb. I still think that's going to be a solid option. So I think even if you go him and Gurley, that could be big. Mixon, it was just that offense is so trash. Joe Burrow had kind of a rough day. He took the rushes, inexperienced touchdowns. So I don't know. We'll kind of see how that pans out. I mean, I think if he was your flex, that's not bad. I think Gurley is able to take that wide receiver too, but Amari Cooper had a good day. Lockett had a good day, assuming Russell, like Eric said, continues to air it out. I think that could be a good pickup. I just never trust wide receivers from the Seahawks. They could pop off one day, have one catch, and just be seen blocking every play. So I don't know. We'll see. But let's see, this matchup, I actually think both these teams are going to score under 100. And as Sean mentioned earlier, I think his team's going to do just enough to win, and I think Sean's going to win by a very slim margin, scoring under 100.
I'm going the other direction, and I'm going to take John. I think Brady's going to have a big game, and overall, I think that John has a better team, not just this week, but going forward.
So much better. Clearly better than Sean's team. I'll take my team for the record. I know you guys don't pick your own. I'll take my team, though.
Yeah, that's off the record. It doesn't count, but that's good. Okay, good. Sean, I'm assuming you'll be picking as well. Will you be picking your team?
I don't know.
Even Sean knows.
I love it.
I like nah, I'm just playing. Tom Brady sucks. I can't do nothing.
Nice.
No, Devontae Adams and Kamara, I feel like they got to put up the big numbers again. I feel like Kamara got lucky with the touchdowns he got last week, I feel like.
It's okay to be scared, Sean. Everybody feels good.
It is okay to be scared. Also,
0-2. You'll be in 0-2 next week. You're done.
There we go. Hard to come back from 0-2, John. Going into the next matchup, we got Harinder 0-1 versus Adam 0-1. Harinder looking for win number 1, had it in his grasp until about 2 minutes left in the Sunday game, and Brosna took it from him. But yeah, anybody go ahead, feel free to start. Got the Harinder versus Adam matchup.
Another matchup I predicted correctly. I thought Brosnan was going to win by a larger margin than that. But Harinder just got kind of not lucky, but I mean, Saquon's never going to get held down like that again. So, and like I said before, I just don't really like Harinder's team much at all. Clyde Edwards was kind of the bright spot, though, for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was not expecting him to go off like he did. But it definitely looks like he's their back for KC now. So moving forward, he's going to be scoring quite a bit of points. That offense is still as dangerous as anyone's. Let's see. And obviously Kittle didn't do anything in the second half after getting hurt. So it'll be interesting to see how he does moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very surprised with Edwards' play as well. I think if you put any running back in that offense, I think they're going to be successful. But I wasn't expecting that from the rookie. He just went off right from the get-go, and he was killing it. So that was big on his part. Eckler was a little bit of a disappointment. And then I just didn't quite understand. It sucked for the Marlon Mack injury. That's going to be kind of a loss for Hurrender.
What's up, Addison?
I'm a big Marlon Mack fan. You gonna say hi?
Hi.
Hey, Addison, how you doing?
Good.
I'm doing good too.
But yeah, I very average play from Eckler, so I guess we'll kind of have to see how that's going to play out. He's just such a great pass catcher, and it seems like their offense is going to try to, I don't know, limit kind of the output from the receiving, from the running back position. So I don't know. We'll kind of see how that goes. And then Adam, he laid an egg week 1, the week 1 low score. Newton, Cook, and Jones had a solid day, but unfortunately everybody else just was kind of poor. And, you know, I don't know. I'm just not quite sure what Adam's going to be able to do, especially like we talked last week when it comes to bye weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I expect Odell to bounce back. Expect Keenan Allen to have a better game.
Please.
He didn't start Rodgers last week, but obviously he is this week. So it's I don't know. I'm still pretty unsure about Adam's team.
Yeah, OBJ laying an egg, and Keenan Allen. The wide receiver play was not good for Adam last week. So hopefully they have some bounce back. I don't know if Rodgers, Cook, and Aaron Jones are going to be able to carry him to with those guys being average. So the rest of those guys. But yeah, Sean, what do you got?
I actually like Adam's team. Like Aaron Rodgers, Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones. I feel like they're gonna outscore Hurrender's team, or their running backs at least. I do like Adam's wide receivers too. I think they just had a bad week last week. I feel like they'll bounce back, and I did notice that he has Naeem Hines, and so with Marlon Mack out, that could be like another option you can look into.
Damn,
To
Sean's
put in
good.
his lineup.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he plugs in Hines at the slot position.
Yeah.
All right, I got Adam too. Hurrender's got young Clyde, but not much else. The Chargers took a big hit when they lost their safety again. Buffalo, I don't know what's happening with Singletary. Is he splitting carries or is he the lead dog?
I didn't watch the game.
I don't know either. Yeah, but anyways, Hurrender's team doesn't look good for his first year. Yeah, I agree with Sean. I feel like Odell and Keenan have a ton of potential, and just the combo of Rodgers, Dalvin, and Aaron Jones is enough to overtake Hurrender, I think.
So it looks like we got a clean sweep for Adam then, all 4?
Ooh, that's bad right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We'll get there, Hurrender. You'll get your first one. Last matchup, we got another undefeated at the moment. We got Matt 1-0 and Marcus 1-0. Sean, John, we'll let you start on this one.
How does Matt end up with Adam Thielen and AJ Brown every year?
Those are Matt players.
And Sammy Watkins. It's amazing. It blows my mind. Let's see. Matt's team doesn't look good to me. I don't even see one player that I would want to start on Matt's roster. So without even looking at Marcus's, I'll take Marcus. Yeah, Marcus is good. Juju, Tyreek Hill, that's a lot of scoring potential right there. Juju looks like he's for real again. With big Ben back, it looks like Juju could be a top 10 wide receiver again. And then Josh Jacobs has a great offensive line. He has Mahomes. So, yeah, I'll take Marcus.
That's again what we talked about last week with Big Ben coming back with Juju. He's back to being a top 5 wideout.
Yeah.
Marcus just has a real solid team from kind of top to bottom. He's going to be a lot better this year than he has been in the past, especially if Jacobs, with how their offense kind of focuses around him, he could be easily a top 2 or 3 back this year.
True.
And then obviously Mahomes didn't even do a whole lot last week. So, he's still good for 25 to 30 pretty much week in, week out.
Yeah, didn't do a whole lot and put up a 20 spot still. That's crazy, right? It's crazy that's where fantasy's at. have an average day and still put up 20 in fantasy. Sean, what do you think?
Yeah, I like everyone on Marcus's team more, other than like Andrews, the tight end. Otherwise,
Oh,
yeah,
I'll take
it's like
Darren
clean.
Waller.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Let's see.
John Gruden loves those tight ends, man.
Yeah, there's going forward. There's just not a whole lot to. I mean, there's a few
How did
things
Matt
I like
go?
about Matt's team, but in the long run, it's not really going to hold up. I don't think.
Who did Matt beat?
Adam.
Is it Adam?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, anything can happen in fantasy football.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Thielen obviously still seems like Cousins' favorite target. Just getting tons of targets, lots of catches. Yeah, somebody's got to, now that Diggs is gone, somebody's got to kind of fill that void in Minnesota. Looks like it's going to be Thielen. So I do like Thielen. I know you guys are kind of hating on everybody on his team, not really.
Oh,
on
no,
anybody. No. I'm John saying that he doesn't want any of those players. I also do like Mark Andrews. It just seems like anytime they get down in the red zone, and they're in the red zone a lot, he's always targeted, even on incompletes. He seems to be the favorite target for Lamar. But and then I guess Mostert seems to be like he could be a potential top 5, top 10 running back this year. San Fran just run first. It seems like they're kind of emulating the Seahawks in that sense. And then Dak. So I mean, there's guys on there that could blow up every week, but kind of like you touched on, Eric, I just don't know how much of that is going to be super consistent enough to where you can go on a streak and, you know, make a run in the playoffs. That being said, looking over at Marcus's team, I mean, having just played it and seeing Josh Jacobs put up a 30 spot, Mahomes putting up 20, Kareem Hunt and Tyreek Hill having average days and still combining for 18. I mean, and then Juju reemerging. So it's just, and then the big one for him, Marlon Mack obviously getting hurt, having Jonathan Taylor stored on his bench. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be huge. They seem to love him. Drew Brees Rivers loves to check down. So I think Jonathan Taylor could be Austin Eckler-esque last year for the Chargers. So I think that's a huge number 2 for him. So I like that. So that being said, yeah, I got to go Marcus's team in this one. And I expect to be saying that a lot this year, assuming there's not combined bye weeks and people getting hurt.
Yeah. Same with Steven. I think Marcus has a really interesting team going forward. Like I said, aside from if injuries play a role, or not too sure what his bye weeks look like, but definitely when playoffs roll around, he's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, I agree. So who you guys got? I'm assuming, are we going another clean sweep here? We're going clean sweep for Marcus?
I'm taking Marcus, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
okay.
Marcus.
All right, so Eric, so we just hit all our matchups. Now we can kind of go through what do we got standings for matchups picked in the previous week. What do we got?
John and I both went 3-1, and you went 1-3.
Okay, you could have left that part out.
And obviously that doesn't include our own matchups because we all picked ourselves and we all lost. So
that's rough. That's tough. Yeah, so hopefully a little bit more right picks this week. Plus we got the guest appearance, so we'll track the guest appearances compared to our picks going forward. So Sean, you're going to be on the record, so hopefully you pick right. But that being said, we can kind of jump in. Sean, it's your time to shine. It's your little 2-minute warning here. You get a chance to talk about the league, share your thoughts, how things are going, what you expect, your power rankings, anything you want. The floor is yours. You got a couple minutes.
Man, I was not prepared for that.
I mean, we talked about it in the pregame notes. So
I got a question first off.
Yeah.
If you knew we were drafting at a certain time, why then go and play tennis?
That was easy, son. I already knew.
You don't feel that hurt your drafting abilities?
If I see it, I got it. I just got to glance at it and be like, all right, that's it right there.
Wow. I love that confidence.
Guy wins a couple times. He doesn't even have to. Don't even second nature. Don't even worry about it.
To be honest, Sean, your championships are so forgettable. When John said you won 2 in a row, I thought he was kidding.
And I don't really play. I don't really pay attention to the
recollection
playoffs when
of
I
you
don't
winning.
make them either.
I don't think he remembers either.
That being said, yeah, I was surprised to hear that you had won the 2 years prior to
You
it.
decided to go golfing, shut it down. You need to go get your bag. Go, shut your kids down.
All right. Well, what do you got, Sean? Anything else? That's all we get?
Man, I thought you guys were going to ask me some questions.
Oh, yeah, interview.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. If you had to choose between wintergreen and orange tropical toothpaste for your last day on Earth, what would you choose?
Wintergreen. You got to stay fresh, bro.
Wow. All right.
What would
You really just asked that question?
Yeah, that was the question. David, what's your question?
Sean, can you believe that John just asked you that question on a fantasy football podcast?
I like that question.
Thanks,
Wow.
John. I appreciate that. David, you're a dick.
Wow.
Always
Okay.
making fun of me. Always making fun of my team, saying I have the worst team.
John, you bring that on yourself.
Sean, that being said, have you thought of any new proposal ideas?
Any trade proposals?
Wedding
Man, I
proposals?
think
That's a great question.
trade proposals. I feel like I need to get another like running back up in here. I feel like I'm stacked at wide receiver right now.
Well, your team's not stacked anywhere. How's your girlfriend doing?
I mean, 1-0. She's upstairs.
All right. Anything else? Last chance.
Let's see.
That about does it for me.
What's your prediction for first and second place this year, Sean?
Like overall?
Yeah, championship and runner-up.
Man, I feel like Steven has a pretty solid team if everyone stays healthy.
Dad, you're selfish.
So you're taking Steven 2, me 1?
Not looking at your team.
Nice.
I feel like Eric's team is pretty good too. I like his running back situation. I know Watson's probably going to do well all season. I feel like Tom Brady and Mike Evans, I feel like can't get any worse than week 1. Yeah, Cooper Kupp's going to get production. Yeah, 1 and 2 right there, like Steven and Eric.
Finally, someone with some sense around here.
Oh, good stuff. Okay, well, with that being said, we can kind of start to wrap up. Got closing thoughts. John, you wanted to talk a little bit, kind of wrapping up about some stuff.
Good.
You want to talk about that now or no?
Oh, the field goals.
Nope. Talking about payments, when did you want to try to get those in by?
Oh, yeah, pay whenever you can. Just don't forget to pay me. It's been 15 years. It's been 15 years, and I've only failed to collect payment twice, and we shouldn't talk about those times. So,
In the past.
Yeah, just pay me.
And then we got the COVID rules and all that kind of stuff. We'll kind of just tackle that as it happens.
Well, it's true. I'll just take it as it happens. Remember, Eric, you said you changed your vote on one of those issues like last week, right?
Yeah, on the COVID thing, I did.
So I actually need to go back to the spreadsheet and double check, or actually anyone can do it, because if you just look at the spreadsheet that I posted on Facebook, you'll see a yes vote for the COVID rules. You can just change it to a no, and that's going to be how we treat it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think the best way to go here is just to kind of like take it as it comes, and just try to be fair.
Okay.
Hard to try.
And then you mentioned the field. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I humbly disagree. I think that we should figure it out now. That way, when someone gets sick and, misses a game or two, then we're not trying to retroactively figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not a bad idea. So sounds like there's going to be a couple of votes coming in We'll talk about that. Just reiterate. John will send out a group chat or something. And then we'll talk about what Adam kind of brought to the table regarding the field goal points and things like that.
So
John will be reaching out.
Let me jump in. I just looked. There's no such setting for doing decimal field goals. Like Eric can double check, but I didn't see one.
Okay.
So, no field goals.
Okay, so we'll table that for the moment. It sounds like that might not be possible.
John left. What the hell?
Yeah, his phone died. So we'll kind of look into that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it at the moment. You guys got anything else? Last closing thoughts?
I love you guys.
No, and then also I can't really remember payments. Did we last year? I think we only paid top 3, so I guess we'll start it that way now, and then talk about percentage-wise what payouts are.
Yeah, sounds good. I was thinking half to first, and then trickle down from there.
Yeah, that's normal, right?
20%, 30%, 50% type of thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Easy enough.
Okay.
Sweet.
So yeah, I think that pretty much concludes kind of what we got going on for the week 2. Looking forward to another good week of football. Hopefully everybody stays safe. And as our guy Sal Palantonio says,
see you, Pittsburgh. Can't wait.
Nice.
We'll see you guys next week.
All right, see you guys.